Stegi one mai kabe Krishna ka vinikani ada mana ka digani skiri tabak miti kota ayaw ka ti te kaya ti digani gumagan ta ayaw ka ti nista skiri tab tan si do yada magai ka digani daw ya jahman hota ayaw gum goe ka skiri ka ada mana mai ka vinikani daw ya being a counselor it's a 24 hours chief and counselor it's a 24-hour thing. And you know, people will. You can't please everybody, but you have to try. I mean, people swear at you, people call you down. You know, but you have to try to work through their band membership. It's hard being a counselor, my guy. But sometimes you know, you speak with us, you know, taban, you know, I ite ko ay tagagoy chimachi. Ask elders for advice, previous leaders. So that's all I can say for now. And for putting your name forward, it takes a lot of courage to put your name forward. Don't say anything.
Not much to say. We're representative of One Feather, which is the company that has been contracted to carry out the details and the actual mechanics of the election. So we're employees of them, and we are simply here to operate under the instructions that they've given us. So there has been a change overnight. We just received word this morning that one of the candidates is not eligible to run. We weren't given details on that, so I know that Ron is having words of encouragement with the young lady right now, and I mean, I guess there is an appeals process for her, and there's probably a whole lot of unanswered questions that some of you may have, and so, but in terms of us having any power to change the instructions that were handed down to us this morning, there's nothing that we can do. So I hope that everything else can go smoothly this afternoon, and we wish the best to any of the candidates who are here.
There's also updated, but Conrad used that on Facebook. Updated, we'll leave some here. Going ban option the guest out. So it's here. And we can start with the first nominator for Ricky. Only one people nominator, so we can start with that. The nominator for Ricky. Yeah.
Remember.
Yeah. 5 minutes. 5 minutes can you please, Scott? Then Ricky will. Yeah.
I do believe you have the option to do it online.
For voting? Yeah.
Not voting, it's an online presentation.
Oh yeah, okay.
Speeches, yeah. That's what I'm going for. I'm doing my speech online.
I'd like to check it out.
It's on the steps that we showed we followed. That's what I was following. It's on this deadline to download the candidates' presentations online through One Feather is August 31st at candidates' own personal expense. That's an important.
So
We still have a nominator.
yeah. So who is?
My word, we're just here just to nominate and I give
Yeah.
you speech online.
Okay. Who's your nominator?
Bernard.
What's your name?
Bernard.
Bernard Bird.
But we still have to hear the nominated, right? The nominated people can say, right? We still have to hear him to nominate him, and he's got to
David Bird.
and he's got to accept that, right?
And do you have a seconder here? And your name?
Brent it out.
Sorry?
Brent it out.
Okay. These masks say they.
Jeff, please put the speak for the nominator first.
What's that?
Is he supposed to nominate him to speak up or?
Does Bernard have to?
Oh, it's optional.
Okay.
It's optional?
It's optional because, in March, we didn't do nomination speeches,
That's right.
so.
All
Okay,
right.
all right. So that's sufficient then? Because you've chosen now to do an online.
Online, yeah.
Okay, so you'll have to limit it to 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right.
We got to accept nomination, but at the same time,
My name is Ricky David Bird, and I accept.
you got to give it your treaty number.
Treaty number.
Oh,
Call me first.
1062.
3540, 1062.
Bernard?
And a seconder too.
Treaty number for Brent.
Ricky David Bird, treaty number 3540-198701. I accept.
1987?
198701. 1987.
Your treaty number? Treaty number.
2224.
Thank you.
So that's good like that, Jeff? Okay. Look for a nominator for Jeff Okumau. Who's the nominator for Jeff?
My name is Stanley Bird, and I nominate Jeffrey Ukamau for Montreal Lake First Nation. Treaty number 826.
Seconder?
Jason Valentine, seconder for Jeffrey, 1134.
Sorry, Jason, your treaty number?
1134.
194, thank you.
I think.
You got Jeffrey, do you accept?
Yes, I do accept, and my treaty number is 3540-187101.
Does the nominator wish to speak? 5 minutes?
5 minutes, shorter than that. Tanto matini po yak.
Oh, you didn't know. Yeah. Good day.
I've known Jeffrey most of my life since we were kids, playing hockey and playing soccer. And when I was in the Bright Futures as a coordinator, I needed a lot of help to take youth out hunting and doing archery, doing everything I needed to do for the youth. And Jeffrey was always one of my biggest volunteers. I never paid him. Him and Laz were my biggest help, setting up tents. They would get the wood. They would also cook the food for the youth. So I was really inspired by the way he was. And all I did was talk to him. Because ko atakana, dago tamagis chigo gat skachet no gigi tagana. Yago bago out tapo because si maga wichi. So what I meant was what I said in Cree was a lot of our youth are very poor right now and they need our help. And in turn, that's all it took to convince him to help me. He's done that many times. We took a lot of youth hunting. We taught them our skills, the way our grandfathers have taught us how to hunt, fish and trap, and even survival skills. We've done that. He's taught them how to canoe. After we did all that, he started doing that on his own. He started to realize how important it is to teach our youth and to spend time with our youth. And a lot of times he spoke to them in Cree, in our own language, and that's how we were raised. From our grandparents and taught us how to do everything out in the bush, and he talked in Cree as well. Knowing that he graduated not too long ago, very proud of him for that. He's got many other achievements as well. And he was really good in sports, and I know he'd be a really good candidate for all the areas. And also he's been a chairman for many years for the our trappers meeting. He's been there speaking in Cree, advocating for our elders, talking about the importance of taking our youth out to the trap lines. And he was also involved in helping other people build cabins at their trap lines. So he's done a lot through his years. And that showed that he cares for the community. He's giving a lot of his time, his effort, and his money towards our people and towards our youth. And that's why I'm here for him, to support him, knowing that in the future he's going to do the same, probably even more. And in turn, I'll be there volunteering my time for him if he needs it.
Jeff, where do you?
Where's my glasses? Okay, good afternoon, elders, band members, candidate. I would like to start off by thanking Billy for the opening prayer. And I'd also like to thank my nominator, Stanley Buddy Bird, for having the faith in me in running, and my seconder, Jason Valentine. I've been the chairperson for P69, like Buddy said, for many years. And each time I tried to resign, elders and that would say, no, no, it's going to get So I've been stuck there for a while. And I'm also a board member for the Fish Derby board for about 3 years, where we fundraise for youth for their soccer, hockey, the money we make from fish derbies and other, like the bingos this year during the COVID. We raised money for the youth for next year and for the fish derby. I obtained my grade 12 in 2014 at the age of 47. So I know it's never too late to finish your education. That's what I stress lots to our youth. Uskay ako, nanto nisubit tanong kita tatas skill igaya tagaskill ako isto tagisita the grade 12. And I know it's been tough 6 months with the COVID-19. We've been through a lot, also loss of family members. We suffered during this time, and the community members also suffered. Just recently, we just took another one from the lake. Was there for 4 days helping out, and a lot of other people here too were. It takes a toll on us. But this is the time where we need to get together and put your hatred aside and come together. Like a long time ago, growing up, when things went like this, everybody came together. Regardless they weren't related or not, they came there. We're losing that tradition. Also our Cree, we need to bring that Cree back to our community. If we don't, for sure, one of the topics I'd like to talk about is our treaty rights. We need our band members to start going back to their trap lines. We're losing our trap lines. That's where you practice your treaty rights. On Montreal Lake, snaring fish on the river, it's a given, it's a treaty right already. But trap line is where we're missing out. There's only a handful of band members that come out to the trap line. We have outfitters hunting bears, fur-bearing animals. They're making $6,000 a person they bring from out of Canada. They bring them from the States, Europe. And us trappers don't even get a cut out of that money. Yet they set up their tree stands in our trap lines. And also skidoo clubs, snowmobile rally clubs. They make trails. Ita kemusupan na kagmuti cimat mutio cekat temu kaya. Ya gune go eski sita cek. Ego ta udai mauci go. Even though we go about that they pay at $50 to ride on those trails. I fought for our trappers. I talked to the snowmobile rally and I thought, we're not paying a cent. Our grandfathers made those trails. You just widened them and pulled in your sleds in there. So these are some of the things that I fought for our trappers. And also, we have the recreation leisure manager or minister we talked to at the band office. He leases out land, lakes, for recreation cabins to non-natives that are not from our trapline, not from our band, and yet they go pick a lake. And they can build a cabin and they do whatever they want. Who cares about this trapper, they say. We own this lake now. But that's not right. I've talked to the Minister of Recreation Leasing, land leasing, and I told him that this is not right. How much money do you give the trappers? What do they pay you? We still get nothing. So that's where I really have a big fight, even with the COs. When we're hunting on our trap lines, they stop us, pull out guns on us. They pull guns on us once. And they said, I don't want to see you on this road again tonight or tomorrow. I said, the hell with you. This is my trap line. I will go through this road anytime. And you can't stop that. And we brought that up to that CO. I think it was the main boss here. It was at the band office. I told them how they treated us. They even treated two elderly ladies. Just going to the trap line, they run up on them, pull them over, open their doors. See if they had guns. One can barely walk. How are they going to hunt moose? Right. See, these are the kind of stuff that I've been fighting for our band members. At our trap line meetings, I get a lot of heck. There's a lot of CEOs that don't like me, but that's okay. We're not there to like them anyway. So. And also, the other topic I want to talk about is, since COVID-19 came in, they call this CERB money. This is money that the government had made it very easy for anybody to go online and get this $2,000. But when COVID-19 and the CERB money is all done, our welfare recipients are the ones that are going to be hurting the most, because they get cut off for welfare. They got to pay all that money back. And this is where we are going to have to deal with this, because we're going to have a lot of poverty and problems when this happens. So we need to get more training for job entry level jobs for them. We need more jobs. And I stress this out because we're already seeing that some people don't get welfare no more. We need to give them skills, how to get jobs and all that. It don't matter if they have addictions and that. They can overcome, anybody can. And also the government will ask for all that money back, because they are in a deficit with that service. It is something I figured that they use so they can get more votes, the government that's in power right now. But once they get back in, they're going to ask for all that money. And that's going to make us poor. Today I have to get to Bagis in the future. Somebody get to there. Apo maguson, kapun pa din. Always ko taga gusto na gabis. Tap magutiyo. Ego, wani is ka na, di man yung tamo chikayas. Ite. Sigo man ako sa gabis pa. And the other topic I wanted to talk about is our youth. I work with the Sports Recreation Culture Derby Board. I sit on there. We raised a lot of money for them. I will still work with them, no matter what. Help out. Do whatever work I can do. And we need to bring our adult recreation program back. We used to have good teams that traveled all over. Some of you might remember, some of you might not. We had good backup system and everything. We backed up all sports levels, all ages. So we need to open some kind of program for them where they can fundraise to make money, where they'll always have money. girls hockey, men's hockey, volleyball, basketball, whatever it is, etc. Up mountain tournaments. And within closing, so on September 30th, I humbly ask you for your support. And I'd like to thank all of you for coming out, listening. You can say, Diniga.
That's the only thing we have in our agenda. You're going to put these on these speakers. You go. Stop on the opening prayer. Nominators, I said, now we have to close the meeting with the prayer. That's all the agenda we have for today. The notice is right here. Conrad has it on Facebook. It'll probably be at the band office in the school. September 30th in the Batan videos. All the offices. You go, says here when you vote in election, by election, you can in person at the polling station or electronically. For the polling station information, please refer to the notice of below polling station locations. There will be no advance polls. You may vote electronically starting September 1st by visiting the website of the Masnaya at One Feather, Montreal. You'll need your status card, date of birth, email, if you're voting by electronically. So the information, like I said, will be at the band office. Go Conrad, go Facebook and Masnaya. So it's called That's all.
Arnold,
Yeah, right there.
is there an opportunity to say a few words
Yeah, that would.
to the folks that are in attendance?
Yeah,
I want to say a few words.
Yeah.
Thank you. I want to say that there's some, we have a candidate that's declared ineligible today and, well, probably yesterday or this morning sometime, but I think there's a process in place where we can, I think, question and ask and learn, and I think that process is through the governance committee. And I don't have a true understanding how the system works, because the system's been revamped so many times, and sometimes we don't know what's going on. And even today, as we go out, we're going to leave this room questioning. We're going to ask questions in our own mind. And but it's important, there's dates that were set aside by the governance committee where they had so many meetings throughout the course of the last 3 years, 2 years for sure. And those are the meetings I think are important for us to attend. Then we go and give our input, go give our direction, our guidance, and our support. And then, once we, I know the system was ratified at an assembly, but I think there wasn't that many people that attended assemblies the last few years or last couple of years. But I think it's important that, we see now what's happening, that it's important to attend these assemblies. And we want to voice our, if we have concerns, we voice them there. And if we have questions, we ask the questions there. And we can provide direction to the governance committee, because I know they're doing their darnest to make things better for us as members of Montreal Cree Nation. Not only here in Montreal, but in the urban sector. We've got a huge population within the urban sector, and we have relatives and friends that live in Little Red as well, and we can't forget about those. As much as we want stuff to happen here in our community in Montreal Lake, where most of us reside, we have to think of the rest too. But I just wanted to encourage each and every one of you that's here. Let's get more involved with our process, with our governance. Let's start speaking out, I guess, but in a good way. you know, we don't want no protests like, you know, people are protesting in the U.S. against the president. So, you know, it's probably a harsh example to use, but you know, it's he's created chaos in the U.S. and it's not good. It's not a healthy environment. We don't want that here. I think we're much better people than that. And I just want to, you know, remember the Bird family today. You know, they had somewhat of some closure today by, you know, by finding the young man today, Calvin. And I know they're going to sit at Gillery's tonight, and they're going to have the funeral most likely Saturday. And you know, we'll think of them this evening, the next couple of nights. But you know, to some of the, to all of you that are here, I just want to thank you for taking the time to listen to me. And I want to thank Arnold and thank Helen for allowing me to say a few words. And I think it's important that we try and help out the process. And maybe we don't agree with it, but there's a process in place for that. So I just want to encourage you guys to get involved. So, Nashma, thank you very much.
Thank you. For myself, I just want to say a few words here today. I want to thank Roger for your words, Arnold, Helen, Ron for being here today. Lawrence Lewis, he sends his apologies for not being able to make it here today due to COVID-19. In regards to the governance committee process, we were selected to sit on the committee January 19th, 2019. So it wasn't 2 years, it was 1 year. So I just wanted to point that out. And two, our governance system needs more work, needs a lot of work. We're finding a lot of gaps that need to be filled. And Chief and Council also need to put in the mandate. They need to put in the terms of reference for the governance committee, because that's not all clear yet. So I've been pushing for that to get established. So hopefully that can be presented to membership whenever we can start getting community engagement going again. Right now we have to rely on the internet. We have to take advantage of the online system that's in place. Just on that, we're going to be having people trained to do the online system in the community here. So the whole month of September, everyone will have that opportunity to vote. So it's basically a whole month of advanced voting. So, you know, there's some areas, some gray areas in the Election Act that have been pointed out. You know, I told Chief and Council when we were first brought together to work on the Election Act and the Executive Act, 1 year is not enough time for us to fill all the gaps. So, you know, it still needs a lot of work. There was a lot of stuff taken out of our Election Act that was in there before, and you know, those are things that are reflecting today. So I just wanted to make those comments. So I want to thank everyone for coming out, and you know, I want to ask that you bear with us. It's a new time. This COVID has really twisted a lot of ways in the way we operate. So hopefully, in regards to the candidate speeches, we'll be seeing them online as well. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. And good job to everyone, and condolences to the family as well. I know it's been tough for Montreal. It's been pretty hard past couple weeks. So with that, I'll leave it there. And again, the notices are here. They've been revised for the poster for it's an updated notice of election and by-election September 30th. Please be advised that the election and the by-election shall occur on September 30th, 2020. The following nominees have been confirmed as candidates for the following offices. Office of Chief, Joyce Natal McLeod, Frank Roberts. Office of Urban Councillor, Darren Berg, Leon Sorensen, Eldon Henderson. By-election for Montreal Lake, Ricky Bird, Jeffrey Ukamau. You may vote in the election and by-election in person at a polling station or electronically. For polling station information, please refer to the notice of polling station locations. There are no advance polls. You may also vote electronically starting September 1st by visiting the website linked below and following the instructions provided. So that's onefeather.ca. So it's all in the red here. So you will require your status card, like Arnold mentioned earlier, date of birth, personal email, and personal email to start the electronic voting process. Please have these items ready. For more information, contact the Chief Electoral Officer, who can be contacted through email or through his phone number. So that's all there. So with that, thank you.
If she will adjourn, I'll say a closing prayer.